All right. Is this thing on? Is this thing working? I think so. All right. Is this thing on? Whoop. Some feedback there. Okay. I think I got this working. Seems like I am, anyway. So, the idea here is to show you what I do when I'm preparing the material I want to go through when I'm working on the playlists. In this particular case, this is going to be the Meteor Vue playlist. If you're not familiar with that, you can check out the channel, and there's playlists that I create for how to build this application, which is an example of how a Meteor application works when you are using Vue as the UI layer. But anyway, I think you can find all those the explanation for that there. Right now, what I want to do is show you what I do when I'm trying to prepare for that. And this is an app I am working on the side kind of thing, where I am basically building the app for the first time. And then when we go through that on the playlist, we're going through that on a more polished way, I guess. So it's I know what the steps are, kind of, because I already did the work here. And that's the video I will try to edit and remove all the ums and ahs and all the places where I fumble around. So the idea would be to kind of show you one step before that, what I think, what I try to go through in order to then record the actual thing and edit it and then post it and things like that. So I thought it would be interesting, not only for for you as a watcher, but also for me, because I've seen this explosion of people streaming their stuff more and more, and so I kind of was wondering how that would work, what would be needed to do that, right? I'm just curious. I'm not sure this is going to be a thing of the channel to live stream all the things I work on, but I figured why not try that. So without further ado, I'm going to show you. So this is, like I mentioned, the original guest application, the one you don't see on the playlist. This is the one where I experiment and make mistakes and do all the things. So right now you'll see we are at a state where we already added authentication. And at this point, what I have here is that I need to see, I don't even remember what I needed to do to make that happen, because I haven't touched this repo for quite a while. So what does Meteor need for the service to work? I know what we can do. We can inception this thing, and I can show you. I'm preparing the window right now. Where's my channel? Okay. Okay, here it is. So Meteor Vue, this is a playlist I was talking about. And then somewhere over here, we say accounts, log in and log out. Maybe this is the one we want. So accounts.create user. I think I do have that user created at this point. So let's check it out. Here. So let's split this. I think you can do Meteor Mongo. Okay. List collections. I'm too nervous from the live stream. Mongo show collections. How do we do that? Show collections, wasn't that? Show collections. Yeah, right. So db.users.find. Yeah, we got it. So there's a couple users here that we already created. What else do we need now? On the browser itself, we need accounts.create now, but do the logging part. So I'm looking for the command here on the console. What did we do there? So we created the user, but we want to log in and log out. Is it not in this video where I do it? There you go. Meteor.login with password. And this is my super secret password. Okay. By the way, if anybody is watching and want to leave some comments, I would appreciate that, because this way I know where comments go in this thing. All right, so what we do is Meteor dot, there you go, login with the password. That's what I needed. It was actually on my history. Okay, so once the user logs in, then the application shows what it contains on the database. So this is exactly the same application that we can see on the playlist. It's just that it has more data, different data rather. So yeah. And what I wanted to do for the next step would probably be actually show you that you can do this without having to go into the console here, but maybe have some kind of a nice UI here to give the user a way to log in and log out and things like that. And for that, what I actually have is, so I'm going to go into my GitHub profile, and what I want to get out of here is the repo where I worked with Meteor Vue before. Beautify, I think I called it something Beautify, Meteor Beautify. There's the one. Okay, so this is a little bit old, and I also explained that already on that playlist. This is a project I worked on in the past. So what I want to get from here though is the it's probably in imports instead. Let's try imports and then UI and then auth. So let's see. Yeah, we have here a component for the authentication, and you can tell it is, so first it is using an older API for Vuetify. Vuetify turned this into a different kind of system, the layout, I think. But you can tell we are using a login component, a logout one, a register for when you don't have an account yet. And then you can see we are using tabs here. We're actually also using Vuex, and this is one of the first things I did with Vuex, where you can talk directly to the store. Okay, so I will probably want to, I don't know if I want to copy paste the entire folder. That would probably be easier and faster. And then on the playlist I can just tell you, so we have now this code, because I don't really want to make that playlist too long. And these probably are details you don't really want to see and you're not interested in when you are watching that playlist. So the other thing is that you can actually see this in action. So this is one of the things I usually work on, like trying to figure out what part of this I want to show you, because I know this is like a cool example of a UI where you have a top toolbar where you have a username and it shows you the the different tabs for logging or register, and then a button for logging out. But that's probably not something we actually want or need, nor the integration with Vuex at the moment. Probably it's not something we want for that playlist. I'm trying to figure out if that would be the case. And also I'm wondering if having these live streams would also help to making those decisions, and having people let me know if that would be helpful or not, you know? So yeah, we'll figure it out. What I want to do now then is just navigate this code. So auth, I saw auth, I see. Let's try auth, login, out, and register. And I'm gonna move this to one side and then this to the other, so we can see what's going on. So this is like the main component that holds the logout one, apparently. And then this is the one with the form for logging in, right? We have two fields. So the one for the username and one for the password. We provide those and then we dispatch that. Is this an action? Yep. With the entire data, with all this object, right? So that's login, and then we have logout, which is just the one button, where you click and then you dispatch the logout action. And finally, the register with another form that will hold the username, email, and password that you want to set up. Sounds good? Same thing, we're dispatching an action here. So let's also see where that would go. So those are kind of like the components, but then I am not using them until here maybe. So toolbar will hold, there you go, here's a menu, and then has two tabs, right? And it has the login tab as well as the register one. So each tab will contain a different component. Yeah, this kind of makes sense. And then that will appear if we don't have a user. You can either log it in or you can register a new user, right? But if we do have a user available, that means we just need to show the avatar, like with an image somewhere, as well as the logout button for the actions. The actual menu item will be this. I don't know, this might be too much for the actual playlist to show. All we need to actually do there is just show a couple buttons maybe, and that will be enough for the person who's watching to learn what's actually going on there. So I'm gonna say we don't need all of this. I can show you in a few minutes if you want what this looks like, but in the meantime, let's also see what the store is doing then, because that's what we are interested in. We're actually running that Meteor logging with password, I'm sure. So client, here are the modules. There you go. Here is the authentication logic. So we got the current user getter, and we know where these are being called now, the mutations and the actions. So we're actually only interested in kind of like this part where we are creating users, here where we are logging in, and probably this part where we are loading the user. So we kind of want to have that integrated into the application, and then I can figure out the steps that I'm gonna show later on when I actually record the videos for the series. Okay, So let's see if we can get that working in I don't know, 20 more minutes, because I have a hard stop, as they say, in a little bit. Okay. So as for this application, so yeah, we're loading the user, the part where we're saying here, let's see, where do I put that? So we're doing that tracker auto run and then load the user. So update user. Yeah, we're setting that available there as the global or the state. We're not using Vuex here, so all we need is what we have right there. But we could probably use, I don't know, let's add more links here. Maybe that will help. So those links are created, if I'm not mistaken, here. Yep. All right, on the header. So what if I added v spacer here, and then a couple more link. And let's do /register, and then see if that works. Yeah, it's complaining about that. So now let's refresh the page. Yeah, sure. What we need now is also to add that route and to let it know we want to also register a new user. Components, register. Yeah. So when I'm actually recording the video, I will go and say, and then kind of go through the steps again for actually adding that route and things like that. Components, register.vue, and then let's add a new component here. And this is going to be, you know, similar to what we saw before, where we had, well, firstly, this method. Form data. And what's something wrong? Nope. And then checking real quick what the beautify vtext field. This is the one we want. So I'm gonna add that there, and instead of that, we're gonna do form data, like I did on that other project. And what if I went there? Can I see it there? Yep. So we have that, and then we want another text field with so let's do username. Let's do new, or rather user, and call that. Yeah, I think this makes more sense. User password. will this work? Yep. All right. So it's bound to the same. It's the same model. Password. So now we have name as well as password. Okay, we can initialize them both as false values. Oh, and guess what? We actually have. Oh wait, this is my autocomplete. I think this is the browser doing its thing because of the. It's probably the labels there. Probably want a name in there as well. Still ways to go with the whole accessibility. I need to learn what the actual attributes there are needed for that. But anyway, username and user password, camel case. Sure, that works. So now it looks kind of weird in there. So let's do maybe container instead. That looks better. And I think containers need to have rows. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe leave it like that first and we'll see later on. So now we want a button. Register. Right. And then on click. We'll do register user, right? So that means we need a method. Register user. And then we want that to do the whole Meteor create user, accounts create user. So I'm gonna grab that from my other project and we're gonna do this. So now we need accounts, and the way we grab a hold of accounts is items, no, wait, well, up the view. I don't have accounts there, so guess we'll have to figure it out here. So import accounts from, okay, help me VS Code here. Can't quite remember. I haven't touched this repo for quite a while and not really used to working with Meteor. Well, like for my work or anything. So Meteor accounts. Grabbing a hold of the documentation. And this lives Meteor. No, I want is account? Here, there you go. Accounts. It's either base. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one I want. From account space. So, and then instead of form data, we want here the entire user, but it's not like that. It's this user, and somehow I am not being formatted. Which is fine. I just here like that. All right. Let's try it now. I'm gonna refresh the page for a good measure. And what if well, this user is coming from another place. But if I wanted to log it out, Meteor log out. There you go. So we are in a clean state. We want to go register. Oh, the entire thing is hidden, right? So I'm gonna have to fix that because I want the contents of register component to be displayed even if there's no user in there. So this is probably one of the first things we're gonna have to fix on the list, the playlist. And I am actually taking notes on that. So there we go. All right, I just took a note of that, and we need a user for right now just to keep going, working with this. Cool. So I'm gonna register. It's actually an email what we want, not a name, not a username. Well, you could, I think, in theory, but the idea for that API is to register with an email, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, accounts create user. What did we say about that? Okay, let's see. I'm going to share that with you because you're not watching that. Secure password authentication. Let's see the guide. See, this is where I want to go eventually on the playlist. I want to show you that you can do that with the username and password, or this, yeah, it's email and password. Or you can provide, you can sign in with your third party already authorized or authenticated provider. So like here, Facebook, Google, GitHub, Twitter, Meetup, and Meteor developer accounts. So yeah, I want to go there eventually, but I need to finish first this part. So let's do email instead. User email. So that will be that there. Yeah, we want email. Cool. Oh wait. All right, and if I did this, I registered a new user. Let's see what happens if I try another one. There you go. we have email already exists. So this is gonna be a good thing to show when I record that on the playlist. I'm gonna be able to tell you, hey, and you know, if you have errors, you can, I don't know, get a hold of them and show them on a like a toast message or something. So there's that. While I'm building this, I am trying to make mental notes as well as the physical ones to know what to say during the recording. So yeah, that's how it works. Also, you can probably hear the kids running around outside the room where I'm recording, and this is fine because this is the live, kind of more free, I don't know, freestyle version of the recordings. So I think I'm liking this, even though I know I'm talking to myself. But it's usually what I do anyways. I'm talking to myself and I'm trying to go through the whole thing and figuring out the next thing to implement and all those kinds of things. So yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and create a logout button here. So actually, we already have a user variable here. So we know that because we are grabbing it from the user, from the meteor.user. So I think we can do the same here. So if there's no user here, then show it, right? And then we want the logout method. Yeah, let's just implement that method here. It's probably not the cleanest, but it's gonna be a way to show, you know, how it works. So, oh, and my keyboard died. It's not connecting, so I'm gonna wait for it a little bit. Oh no, not reconnecting, so powering it off and turning it on again. Right, there you go. And that happens as well. I don't know, I think I need to do something with it. Change the bit rate or whatever thing polling is for the Bluetooth connection. Methods. So we want our logout method. And all this is going to do is do meteor.logout. I think that's it. Cool. And then we want a button somewhere, like on the header maybe. Yeah, let's do that there. Spacer. V button. Logout. If we have a user, right? So right now we're at the register. There you go. And if I log out, nothing happened. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm logged in. It knows who am I. Did I not use the meteor? No, it's yeah, it's meteor logout. What did I do wrong? Oh, I'm not binding the method here. So yeah. Click. Logout. There we go. So we now need a way to log in, right? I'm actually gonna have to move this because it's not that what I want to hide. It's somewhere else that I want to do that. Anyway, I'll do that later. Okay, I think I am like about 10 minutes. In about 10 minutes I need to go. So we'll see how far I can get. So now we could probably reuse this actually. Da-da. Or we can do the easy way and just do another component. That's gonna be login.vue. And I'm gonna paste that, and I'm gonna say login, and then this is the method I want is Meteor login with user and password. Login with password. Yeah, that's it. So I'm passing in. And then here, instead of accounts, I want to get a hold of Meteor. Port Meteor from Meteor. Here. Aye. What happened? There you go. And then login password. Yep. And we're gonna pass in this dot user user email, and then this dot user dot password. Cool. Yeah, I think this helps. Refreshing here. I'm gonna log out. Oh, and I need to implement the login component somewhere. Where do we want this component to live? Yeah, let's just create another route. Login. There you go. First page. And then add the new router link somewhere. Yeah, like that. Login, register. Yeah, and these are similar. But then oh yeah, because this is with user. This is what I was thinking of, I think. Login with password. Will this work though? Yeah, apparently it worked. So we can probably change that to be username again instead. Because this is the method, the one way I was showing before how to do that. So I think I will probably go back to user here. So user and password, and that's all you need. Once you log in, then you're in. You log out, there's no user. If you go home, but we removed that. So yeah, there's all sorts of things we can do, I guess. So we could do probably something here, like on the header, yet another spacer. Oh, what? And then user. See what that does. It does nothing because where is my user? Dun 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 dun. Why am I not seeing the user in there? And why is that here? All my router links, but I don't seem to see the user. So let's try doing that on the let's see here. Data computed, so created. It doesn't like it. So first data, then created. And then I want to bring in tracker. Oh, come on. Created, computed, and then created. Yeah, I guess. So now I will try. And this is probably why you want a store for your state. But anyway, so I'm gonna try and see if I can show maybe up top here. No, here. Nah, it's fine. Wherever, I'll figure it out when I am actually recording. But I want to see the user. Does not exist on here. I'm doing something wrong and I really need to go now. So it's okay. This was fun. Yeah, I don't know who would be likely, you know, getting this and having something valuable out of it. But at least I get to, I don't know, create some content I'm putting on the channel, and at the same time I'm moving forward with the, you know, the original, the base project in which I take my inspiration, I guess, for building the playlist. And you can see how it actually works. All right. Thank you, people of the future, if you watch this, and if you leave comments or whatever, I'll appreciate that. Make sure to check out the rest of the playlists on the channel, because those are not me fumbling around, but instead kind of more polished and more focused and shorter videos and things like that. So hope you like those, and catch me on Twitter as well. Yeah, all those kinds of things. All right, ending this live stream right now.